guys! Today we're gonna focus on love and relationships with the question, what was that? What did you mean? What does that, what? Alright, I'm sure everybody's experienced having a communication problem with somebody else, and sometimes asking that person directly doesn't yield the kind of response that really makes sense. So this is a reading for people who are in a in a situation, in a relationship. This is going to be geared towards romantic relationships, okay? And it's like, what did they mean by whatever they said or whatever they did? You know, there's something that happened, and now you're like, wait, what did they mean by that? All right. But before we begin, first I understand that I'm using different items in my crystals. I thought that maybe some of these crystals that I usually use might have you know, certain shapes or whatever that certain people might feel a little bit more drawn to or whatever, and I thought that it might be a fun thing to use some some different items. And I do want to say welcome to my viewers. If you are new to my channel, I provide free readings on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss out. Any question you may have about me should be answered in the description, and if it's not answered there, go ahead and send me an email at momentsare.yt@gmail.com. And there will be a timestamp in the comment section with when each one of these readings begins, so you don't have to watch the whole video. Alright guys, so what I want you to do is take a deep breath and focus on the person who said what or did what, okay? We'll be focusing on whatever they said or did that confused you. And we just want to know, what did they mean by that? What were they trying to communicate? By using the law of attraction, the pile that you're drawn to, this one's the leaf, this one is earplugs, this one is the crayon, and this one is the fingernail polish. It'll provide the answers that you seek. And take your time before picking to make sure it's the pile for you. And if you need to, you can pause the video just to make sure that you're picking what's right. Alright, let's begin. I'm going to go ahead and start with the crayon. Okay, so in this situation, what did they mean? Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So this is what they mean if you pick the crayon. What's going on here is there is definitely a lot of attraction here, and there's also a lot of like repressed sexual attraction, really. And it looks like because that sexual attraction is either not being expressed either as much as it should or isn't being expressed at all, or because this relationship is a situation where that sexual expression kind of like, it just feels appropriate to do that at this point. Because that's not happening, there is some frustration, and it looks like there's also some kind of like beliefs or dogma that might be keeping this person from doing that. So I just wanted to throw that out there right away because that's what I'm getting from all of this. But okay, so what did he mean? We got the Eight of Hearts, which is codependency in this deck. That just means that this person, like, they are really needing some feedback from you. And so part of why they did the thing that they did, or said what they said, is that they wanted to see how you were going to react. And they also wanted to see if you were, it's almost like they wanted to see if you were going to play along or play that game. but at the same time, there's also this kind of dual feeling of, and they were trying to get something out of you, and it wasn't a negative thing. It was more like they wanted to get something out of you so that they could feel more secure in their heart about you. The next one is the Lovers, and that's union. That means that the person you're thinking about, they want to explore this relationship. They want to come together with you. So what they did that because they want to be with you, and it's not just sexually. They want to be with you in all ways. Okay, but they just right now they really don't know how to express that. The Eight of Hearts, that, at least for me, just means that there's also going to be just a tiny bit of waiting period. It's not going to be really long or anything like that, but there's going to be a little bit of a waiting period before you guys can get to the point where you're together, in mind, spirit, body. It's just going to be a while before that, and it's not a whole lot of time. It might even be like days, maybe not even weeks or months, but more like days. All right. So the role that this person was playing, and I think that, and I think that this is probably the most revealing card in this whole spread, is that they kind of like want to feel you out and figure you out and like learn you, basically. They're open to you and all of that, but they are a little bit nervous. It's like they're kind of testing out the waters, but they're not yet exactly okay with translating what they're thinking and what they're feeling, basically what they're learning about themselves through this experience, into action yet. So part of what they meant is that, they're kind of holding back a little bit, and that holding back, and combined with, wanting that signal from you, and and wanting to be with you, he's looking for you to, he or she is looking for you to let them know that that you care, and if, as long as you feel romantic towards this person, go for it, because this person does want this to happen. Religious factors are influencing this, or it could be upbringing, and it could also be just old beliefs, or even new beliefs, but beliefs, religion, upbringing, basically this has to do with rules and beliefs. This might be affecting things, and in this particular spread, it looks like either you guys met because of at a religious place, or this relationship is challenging some previous held beliefs. So that's where that is. And I think that it's important to mention that when there's a communication, but a person feels kind of challenged, they have some like dissonance inside of them. Like, okay, on the one hand, I feel this way, but on the other hand, I learned that it wasn't okay to feel that way, or something to that effect. When that goes on, it can kind of slow down the process. So I think that the Eight of Hearts and the religious factors are kind of working together. And by this person playing the student and basically, trying to kind of just learn how to do it and everything, I just get that they're a little inexperienced. They feel in over their heads a lot. But ultimately, that's what they want. This is where they're trying to get this to. So whatever they did or said, this is their ultimate goal, is getting together. And another thing is that if they could talk to you right now, he or she is just reevaluating what they want in their life. And I think that they want to do what they love. And so another thing that they're trying to tell you is that they're a little bit more open than maybe they said previously. They're a little bit more interested, maybe, than the way that they said it, the way they told you previously. It seems like this situation has evolved to become something that this person's now more interested in exploring. So I think that kind of that internal transformation that's going on and questioning beliefs and everything, makes this person just really open to just figure this out, puzzle it out, try to figure out, where are you coming from, and really what they really just need some, like a pat on the back, or just for you to say, it really feels good to hear from you or to talk to you. They just want you to be able to show them that you like them. It doesn't have to be love that you have to show them, just that you like them, and this is like so simple. It's like just smile around them, laugh at their jokes, that kind of thing. Just make sure that you're letting them know that, giving them some positive feedback, So if you're in a situation where maybe you might be sending mixed messages too, just try to be as consistent as possible with that. Being consistent about being nice to somebody or giving somebody positive feedback is not the same thing as coming on too strong. I'm not saying you have to say after everything they say, oh, I like you, I really like that. You don't have to say that unless that's the way you speak, all you have to do is just smile at appropriate times, be nice to them, try to just kind of remain balanced when you're around them, so that they see something that's consistent, something that they can depend on, something that they can get some consistent feedback from, so that they won't be so nervous about stepping into this relationship and stepping into opening up to getting to this ultimate goal. So, for those that picked the Crayon, that's what they meant. They meant that they just want to explore this relationship a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to look at the leaf. Those of you that picked the leaf, we're going to look at what did they mean when they said that. Okay, we've got the Four of Trees. We've got the Moon. Okay. Oh, we've got Angel. We've got Passion. And we've got Miracles and Blessings. Okay. So what did they mean? What they meant, now this is growth in this deck, and the Four of Trees does correspond to the Four of Coins in the tarot. So just so you know that. So the traditional tarot kind of depicts somebody who might be holding on, really clinging, and almost like a hoarder, or somebody who just wants to keep things to themselves. So you can look at that either as somebody who is holding on to some kind of their own understanding of things, or it could mean, and I think that this is what this means in this deck. In this reading, considering everything else that showed up, what they can be meaning is that they're trying to hold on to you, and by holding on to you, they want the two of you to grow together. They really do, but they're trying to tell you that there's either something that they've hidden from you, or there's something more that they still need to tell you. This card is particularly ambiguous. So I think the best thing I can do at this point before I move on is to just pick a clarifying card so that we can make sure that we're clear, because the last thing we need on what did they mean is something that's also unclear. And I'm not saying that this is unclear. There's definitely something hidden. There's something, I don't think that it's like malicious deceit, but it's something that they haven't told you yet, and they want to tell that to you. It could be their feelings. It could be something they're embarrassed about, or it could be, a big thing. So the nature of what they are hiding here has to do with, retreat, contemplation. This is the hermit. They're trying to find their own path. They're trying to figure out, how they can, um, authentically, get to the point where they want to be with you. So the illusion is that they're withdrawn, and that they're really into their heads, and they're not really, maybe it doesn't look like they're coming forward towards you, or maybe it doesn't look like they are maybe as interested as you are, and maybe it looks like they're walking away. That's not what they're doing, though. They're going within so that they can get an idea of what to do in this situation. And the person, and like what the role they're playing and what they did or what they said, they just want to help you. Okay, they don't have any expectation. Sorry, they don't have any expectation that you're going to like return the gesture or anything like that. They just wanted to. They just wanted to do something nice for you. Basically, they wanted to. They want to give you some kind of gift from themselves. So just know that they're trying to give you something by their actions, by what they're doing, and even though it wasn't very clear what they were trying to give you, just know that this, we might be talking about an introvert here, with the retreat, which is the hermit card in the tarot. And somebody who might not be very good at those kinds of gestures, but this person was just trying to help you, just trying to give you a gift of some kind. Now, right now, oh my goodness, there is a lot of passion. This is the kind of person that when they're here, when they're retreating, they are thinking about you like all the time. Oh, they just can't keep their minds off of you and their hearts. I mean, they feel it all over, and this is somebody who fantasizes and might idealize. That can sometimes be a negative, but this person is totally taken with you. They love loving you. So this person is definitely somebody who feels very stirred when they're around you. They will go into their retreat and they'll think about this and they'll be like, oh my gosh, this person is really bringing it for me, and they're kind of in this place where it's like, I don't know exactly how to communicate this, but I need to tell them how I feel. I need to tell them, I need to bring this passion to light. I need to let them know what I've been thinking deep down inside this whole time. And then we've got miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. I just want to mention, we've got the angels here. We've got miracles and blessings that are often they're often brought by angels, the lighter spiritual beings, those kinds of universal symbols and archetypes. I try to keep from talking about religion in these readings, but this person, they want to tell you that they feel really blessed that you're in their life, and they want to tell you that meeting you is like a miracle to them. They just can't believe it, and they might not be expressing this very well, but that's what's in their heart. And again, we've got that key word, gift. They want to give you something. They want to give themselves to you, and it's passionate too. It's a very passionate thing that they want to do. So just keep in mind that where you guys are right now is really special. It's like you guys are in a bud, and it's about to just bloom into this beautiful flower, and that's where you are. You are in the spring right now. And it actually feels exciting inside of me to look at this reading for you guys and see how charged it is, and how it's gonna go somewhere really really nice. So this, what are they trying to tell you? They're trying to tell you that they like you. They're trying to tell you and they're just trying to do something nice for you, give something of themselves to you, and their minds sometimes a little clouded by how much you move them and stir them, but they are stirred into action. So just know that this is a very special thing for you, and that it's all going to be just fine. Also, another thing with the moon coming up, I just wanted to mention it will come to light. This hermit energy, the retreat energy, it will come to light. This person is going to tell you in a much more clear and direct way what they've been thinking about when they're going within. So I also wanted to speak on that it will be clear to you. All right, so if you pick the earplugs, we're going to look at what? What did that person mean? What did they say? Like what was that? And we're gonna get some answers here about what they didn't communicate too great. We've got the Ace of Trees, which is abundance. We've got the Three of Hearts, which is joy. Okay. Oh, we've got the Divine Child. Okay. Codependency. All right. And we've got Love Makes a Difference. Okay. So this is great. First off, this person is just starting out or coming from a place where they're starting a job, or they're expanding in their work. So this is somebody who's really preoccupied with that. I know that doesn't have anything to do with why they said what they said or did what they did and what they meant by it and all of that. But I do want to mention that the first thing that came out to me was that this person is basically like a workaholic, or somebody who has just gotten into something new with work and they have to put more effort into that. Okay, so there's going to be, but to you, what they want to communicate to you is there's going to be abundance and that they're really happy about it. Okay, this is definitely not something. This is definitely not something that is negative at all. They're happy. That's what they want you to know. They want you to know that they're really, really happy. And I don't mean this in the clinical way, but you know how one can be very inspired, and it's like that creativity just flows, and they're in the zone, and they're really bringing that creative talent to them, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's almost like it's like manic, just how fulfilling that is. That's kind of another thing that's going on right here. They just feel so good. Whatever they said, if you think that they were trying to say something negative, no, they weren't. That came from complete innocence and purity. They do see you past. It's like they see their soul, and it's almost like when they talk, sometimes they're speaking to your soul. So one thing that you can do to help with clarity here is to really explore yourself and try to figure out like what it is about yourself on the inside, like your dreams, your hopes, your desires, how you want your life to be, that he might be speaking to. Because for this person, he or she, for this person, they're just really taken by the spirit of what you give out. And so maybe there's something about that you're not seeing, but they're trying to speak to your soul, and they're trying to tell you they're so happy. They are just so happy. Maybe they are really they really have to put some effort into this work stuff, but they're very happy, and they want to share that with you. So the next thing is addictions are affecting your relationship. This is a codependency card, and this can sometimes speak to substance abuse, but given the other cards around here, it looks like this is referring to this person's like kind of I don't want to call it an obsession, but it's like a workaholic type energy that this person who's trying to kind of like evolve at work, that kind of thing. They're really dependent on this. This is something that they really need in order to be joyful with you and speak to you more clearly and that kind of thing. So there's that, and then another thing that this can speak to is when we overthink things. And now, if somebody says something that's not clear, overthinking it is normal. But this just is a reminder that sometimes we can overanalyze a situation, and this is a very positive situation. So there's not anything that, it looks like there's nothing to worry about, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And because there's nothing to worry about, when you worry, it's just a waste of energy. And now I understand worrying. Believe me, that's what I do. Okay, so I get it. But this card's just coming up to try to communicate to you that there isn't anything to fear in this. There's nothing negative. This is an innocent thing. Comes from purity. This comes from the heart. And then, speaking of which, here the card that you got is Love Makes a Difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security. Okay, there's that word. Self-worth and importance. So yeah, love makes a difference. In this situation, that's what's needed. Hold this person in your heart and imagine that person being surrounded by white light, red light. It just, whatever for you represents love. And just bathe them in that. And just think about how you just love them, and you just want this person to be able to succeed in this situation, and that will make a big difference in how clear they are, and that kind of thing. So we asked, what did this person mean? And it's not as clear to me as I would like for it to be, so I just wanted to draw a clarity card for you guys, just to see if there's anything else that needs to be spoken to in this situation. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and do a few of this here. All right, so, oh, we got two. That wasn't a mistake. So, oh, breakthrough. Okay, yeah. This person's coming at you. And the teacher, clarity, right here. You want clarity? Think you'll get clarity, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, okay? When one gets the Wheel of Fortune, of course, the Wheel of Fortune, you can go up on the Wheel of Fortune, and then you can go down on the Wheel of Fortune, right? In this reading, it means that there's going to be a huge breakthrough between you and this person, and things are going to get a lot more clear once that happens. And I really believe that has to do with the energy having to do with work. And again, there's just something new at work. There's something new that has to do with, I mean, it could be a new job. It could be even going back to school to get either a new degree or their first degree. There's something that they're focusing their attention on that's making it harder for them to communicate to you. But but again, they do want. Yeah, they are coming from a place of very, very good intentions. They do not want to hurt you in any way. They don't have anything negative towards you. There might be a little bit of substance abuse going on here. Or it could just be that they're really depending on you to to bring things forward. I think in this situation, it refers to this work situation. They're putting this first, basically. That doesn't mean that this is first in their heart. This is just what they have to do, what they feel like they have to do to enjoy the abundance of life. Can also speak to you guys overthinking things. I'm not judging. I'm not at all. And again, love changes the situation. It makes the difference, is what this says. So, you guys, just really bring that love into this, and know that they're coming from a good place. It might feel like it's slow to start, but they're going to continue to talk to you a lot. All right, guys. Those of you who picked the fingernail polish, we've got the Ten of Stars. We've got the King of Stars. Oh, we've got the Poet. We've got Separation. We've got Honesty is Essential. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Where to begin? Okay. The Ten of Stars represents hoarding in this deck. And in other tarot decks, this is based on tarot. In other tarot decks, it's the Four of Coins that represents hoarding, usually. This one, though, is the Ten of Stars. This can speak to information, too. It's like they don't want to let go of some information, and it's like also that I just think that there's a third person involved in the situation that they don't want to let go of. There is some extra thing that they're just having difficult letting go of, and I don't think that they're going to be letting go of it in a quick period of time. This would take more like weeks or months before they would get to the place where they would even think that that's what they're going to do. You've got this alchemist, though. It's really, really good at getting the kinds of responses from you that they want. Now, I'm not saying that they're taking advantage of you. It's just that they really know basically how to work you. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's in a negative way, but there's something about your connection that's very, very strong. And it's like this person really knows what to say to you and what to do in order to get you to feel. So I think that what this is speaking to is that they want to be able to get your heart and even to get your mind, but it's like they're not willing to let go of something in order to do that. So the clarity here is more in the not unwillingness to let go than it is necessarily in this alchemist card. You already know about the alchemist card. You already know that this person's like, wow, right? And what are they playing? They're playing the poet. So while I don't think they're trying to be like destructive or making fun of anything, it's some poets, they'll be like humorous, this is more like somebody who is kind of abstract, but also somebody who just talks good. Oh my goodness, they what they say, again, this alchemist thing, what they're saying is like, oh wow, that's really what I would need to hear. So that's another aspect of this. They're basically, what they're doing is because they think that that's what you want to hear. That doesn't mean that this person doesn't mean it. It just means that that's what they think that you want to hear. I'm also getting separation, and this separation this is either like a long distance relationship or a relationship where there is some kind of distance in between the two of you. And based on this card, I'm going to go ahead and say that for most of you, this is somebody who's either already taken or that can't get over an ex, and it's like they're distracted by this. And that distraction is taking that energy that they could be spending on you away from you. So another thing, I mean, I think that they're struggling to just admit that too. And it might be that they don't know themselves about it, but I just really think that they are really struggling with that. And it's like, I'm not even getting that they necessarily want to keep it or they want to let it go. I'm just getting that they're struggling with it. They don't know how to tell you that. But they do want to keep you around by, continuing to give you that feedback. But there's still just this kind of disconnect, this separation between the two of you. This can also mean that one of you might move soon, or it might, like I said, a long distance relationship. And then what we get here is honesty is essential to be a loving person. It's important that we speak truthfully in a loving manner. So, two things with this one. They might be being deceitful. And I just want to go ahead and say, I'm going to pull some clarifying cards for you guys. They might be being deceitful about whatever it is they're holding on to. But this is also saying that you need to be honest in this situation too. It's like, okay, well, maybe you are being honest. Just keep doing it. Just keep being as honest as possible with this person, because the more honest you are with them, they're going to be more honest with you. Okay, so let's get some clarity. Okay, so what is it that he's hoarding? He or she is hoarding. Okay. Okay. They don't want to destroy another relationship. This relationship's pure. They don't want to muddy the waters, basically, in this relationship. So they're holding on to somebody else. How does this person feel, though? How does this person feel? They feel really bad about it. And I feel like there's a limitation placed on their relationship with you. They don't like it. It's not a pleasant feeling. They're not happy about that. That's what that is. And let's see here. All right, are they being dishonest with you? What is this dishonesty about? Right. Oh, got a jumper. What is this dishonesty about? What is this dishonesty about? Okay. Advancement. Okay, so I get that they're trying to basically let you know that they're gonna get somewhere with you. They're gonna be able to bring everything to you. But there's something that stunts that, and the card that jumped at us is the King of Trees, is the architect. So what this speaks to, and I think this should be the bottom line in this situation, okay? This person will become available. However, it is going to take a long time. This is the trees in this deck represent coins in the standard tarot, and this architect, the coins move the slowest of all of the tarot cards, and then we've got the king. Okay, so you have to get through all of the other ones. You've got to 1, 2, 3 to 10, and then you've got to get through the page and the knight and the queen, and we finally get to the king. So this is going to be this is going to take a long time. You've just got to ask yourself, are you willing to stick around and wait around? Or should you start, maybe kind of backing up out of this? And I just want to say, I'm saying this with as much love as possible for you guys. I don't want for this situation to happen with you guys. I want this to be a positive thing, but I just can't. I mean, there isn't a whole lot here that I can work with that points in any other direction other than this person's just not going to be available to you fully. until much later. All right, guys. Sorry about the interruption. Yeah, what I was saying is that this is gonna take a while. We're talking months, years, okay? But one positive that you do have about this is that this person wants to hold on to you. They are attached to you. They like to get you feeling good. There's a lot of just a lot of like, it's almost like magnets, and that it's hard to let each other go because there's like more like a force that's pushing you together. But at the same time, there's other things that this person needs to let go of first. So if you want to have any kind of like affair with this person, fling, you just know that it's going to be limited, and just know that this person isn't going to be fully available for you until they are willing to let go of this. And this is just, like I said, another relationship with that they basically don't want to they don't want to mess this relationship up. So just remember that. And this piece of advice about honesty is essential. You've just got to be very straightforward with this person and let them know where you are and what you're willing to do or not do for the relationship. And really, guys, I I really would like to leave you with a more positive message, but it seems like this is just really important for you guys to know at this time. So, with that said, hang in there. We're going to have a couple more readings. We're going to have another reading on love come up next Friday, okay? So in 2 days, maybe something will change. Maybe there will be something going on. But just know right now, this is where the relationship stands. This is what this person's trying to tell you. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you on Friday.